Well, today I wanted to showcase a game in which I learned something about Infernals versus Vanguard. So, uh, yeah. So let's dig right in. I head out to scout with the scout. I know. It's definitely on the nose for the name of the unit, but
quite profound.
Or I mean, is it? I guess it's meant to be like an acronym for scout. So I don't know.
Is it?
It is, yeah. So it's a scout, but they've got they've got it broken up.
Interesting.
Inferring that it's an acronym for something. In fact, actually, a lot of people don't realize that the dog is supposed to be a cyborg dog.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not just a dog. So.
Well, it seems like you're up against an Infernal player.
I am indeed, which, oddly enough, I don't bump into very frequently. I am in the low leagues. I know I've talked about it before on the channel, but I'm rather slow, usually due to brain fog from my condition. So as a result, I find it very hard to climb in the ladder. At one point, though, I was playing in Diamond on StarCraft, but of course, this is a very different game from StarCraft.
Well, I mean, so speaking of StarCraft.
Yeah.
So speaking of StarCraft, I kind of wonder, like, so you were once Diamond in that, and now that you've been playing this for some time, and what are some changes from StarCraft 2 that you actually like? Because I know that this game is trying to, like, not live under its shadow, you know? And that's a really hard thing.
Yeah, they made it very clear that they wanted this to be a spiritual successor. They're not trying to make StarCraft 3. So, I do like the very different, the very different HP that they've gone for to slow down the fights. Of course, having explosive fights is cool in its own way, but it's not the easiest for new players. So that one's huge. I love the global command card. That one seems to be lifted straight from Command and Conquer, and I love that they're taking elements from these other games that have really cool stuff to offer, and they're and they're really taking it to the next level. So the slower fights means better positioning in micro and things like that. The difference in the unit mechanics. I think StarCraft is a very flawed game fundamentally. One that I adore as well. I still follow the pro scene and I still play it. So just know that this comes from a place of love, but it definitely has some very flawed designs, right? Like, how many units do they have that are nearly impossible to balance because they just aren't very well thought out? So you end up in a situation where, like, the Baneling is always going to be ridiculously strong. The Mutalisk is always going to be ridiculously strong. The Marine is always going to feel like it's an all-powerful unit. And these are things that you can't change because of how the game is balanced. And so, as a result, you have a game that's really cool, but some of the difficulty that's built into it is not native to the game, it's native to the design. So
yeah, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, actually just today I was watching a balance patch for StarCraft. Super glad that they're still balancing for that game, but the fact that they're trying to tinker with the Widow Mine, something that you can't remove from the game because it's an important part of the balance, but at the same time, it will never be friendly to new players. And even pros will get frustrated at it sometimes because it's an invisible unit that blows up stuff in a wide area, and
Yeah.
you're able to get some nasty cheeses with it. And yeah, I hope that they really think everything through here. I hope the Hornets get nerfed because they feel a little bit too much like Mutalisks for my taste. You can dart around and kill mineral lines way too quickly and just never engage. Yeah. So that's kind of my thoughts. I really like the intentional design that they have so far. Well, the game is over, so I'll I'll go ahead and curb my answers slightly. But today I learned that when I played this game, that if you just march units out of these opening structures rather than going for creep camps, you can just end the game, because if you go for a command center first, you cannot get the barracks in time. So every other time I've gone up against an Infernal, I've been safe till about the 4-minute mark. Usually that's when aggression starts hitting me. And so I've been feeling like command center or command post first is the way to go, because their economy can explode so quickly that you don't want to fall behind in economy. But
Yeah.
now I understand why the pros go for the scout opener, because being able to put on pressure and slow their economy down while still surviving an attack like this is definitely really strong. I also feel somewhat vindicated because when I play Infernal, the first thing I do is make a brute and split it and send it to my opponent's base to harass, just like I would with a scout to an Infernal. And so it's something that I've been doing, but I haven't seen anybody else do it to me on the ladder. And then this guy did it and just absolutely ended the game. So I was like, so it is a good strategy.
See, it's a strong strategy.
Yeah, so I don't play Infernals nearly as much, but I enjoy their mechanics. I think they're very fun to play. So anyway, uh, that wraps up this game. So thank you so much for joining us yet again, and we hope to see you next time, Aaron.
Oh, thank you. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys.
Thank you, thank you. Catch you on the next expedition.